Well, good afternoon. Today, I'm going to make a pot roast that I will turn into a soup the next day. But first, we got to make the pot roast. So I have all my ingredients that I make pot roast with, excluding the seasonings. The first thing you do, or what I do, is you brown your meat. So I'm going to turn the stove on, season my meat, and get it in there. I just got a chuck roast from the store. It is about a pound and a half. So I'm using a cast iron, ceramic coated cast iron Dutch oven, and with a cast iron pot you have to heat them up. So that's why I'm seasoning the meat up here. And then I'll get some oil in the pan. Got out my coconut oil. You don't have to put very much in there, just enough that it doesn't stick to the bottom. I usually put about a little bit more than a teaspoon, and just wait for it to melt and get hot. All you're really doing is browning both sides of the meat. Okay, I've already got the meat seasoned on one side. I just use Mrs. Dash lemon pepper and table blend. The oil is hot. So then I make sure that I season the other side. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up these onions. And I got to be really careful because this is a super sharp knife, which I am not used to. I'm just gonna make little chunks, I guess. If you've ever cut up an onion, sometimes they're hard to cut up, but not with this. It just slices it like it's butter. I like a lot of onion, if you haven't noticed. So now you need to flip the meat over. You just want to brown it. You don't want to... You can put a crust on it, that's fine. I like whole big carrots. but you can use any kind of carrot. These big carrots, you'll have to skin them because carrot skins, they just make it like tough. About the only thing I can call it is tough. They're not like potato skins. This is a pound of carrots. A pot roast is better if you can cook it for several hours. It just makes everything more tender. The carrots aren't straight, but that's okay. We're going to save these for the chickens. Okay, so now that your meat is brown on both sides, you'll want to add about half of this beef broth. It can loosen up the goody stuff at the bottom. And then you can put your onions in. Okay, so your next is you're going to take the ends off your carrots and cut them in the size that you want them. Looks like a good size. And you can see that how sharp this knife is. It just slices right on through a carrot, and usually they're pretty tough. Now we'll put some of those in there. Carrots take longer to cook because they're a tougher vegetable, so unless it's the ends, that doesn't take very long. And we are done with that. So now that's boiling a little bit. You can put the rest of your beef broth in. Make sure you shake the beef broth before you put it in, because if you don't get all the goody stuff in the bottom. You have to add more liquid. You can add water. I got these little potatoes just because I didn't want to have to cut up potatoes. So they're just little potatoes, and they're ready to go right out of the bag. Now that you have your potatoes, carrots, onions all in here, your meat's on the bottom, you want to make sure everything gets covered up. Remember me telling you about Soleil? Well, it's about a 1/4 cup. You add, that's your salt. There's one thing that I don't have in here, and I'll grab it. The other thing that I put a lot of in is garlic. This is crushed garlic. So now you're gonna bring it to a boil, which it's already boiling a little bit, and you're gonna want to turn it down on low to simmer. Put the lid on it and leave it alone for a long time. Okay, so it's been simmering for a couple of hours, and it smells really, really good. And it'll be probably 3 more hours before I think that it's ready. But it's coming right along. Okay. Our pot roast is done. It's been cooking for several hours. If it tastes as good as it smells, it's going to be awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. It's not hard to make. So enjoy.